audible to everyone? Just type yes in the chat box if you're able to listen my voice. Okay. In yesterday's session, we have started the concept of profiles. Today, we are going to see the continuation here. So first thing, we should understand there is a concept called environment, runtime environment. Means our application, once we do coding in our system, is going to be executed in different kind of systems. Okay. Of course, code is never going to be changed in the scenarios, but properties files are going to be modified. Okay. So that means in one system, if you use some properties, if you change to another system, properties are going to be changed in some scenarios. In that case, okay, we should not modify the application again and again. We should use the concept called profiles. Okay, now the question is how to maintain the profiles concept here. Profiles concept maintained using two ways. One is using properties file, and second one is using YAML file. Okay, properties file nothing but for every environment we have to create one separate properties file. Okay, for example, you have QA environment, then application dash QA dot properties. If you have UAT environment, application dash UAT dot properties. Okay, and if you want to work with the common normal general environment here, application dot properties, which indicates default. It's a default. Okay, and how to activate the profile? Two dashes we need to use hyphen hyphen spring dot profiles dot active is equals to some value. Okay, this is also called as option arg. Okay, so here it's just a command line input here, but it is going to be passed to your runners and even some environment memory that you can read using your direct value and internally also used. And yesterday we wrote one example, also small example we have taken. One properties file having database name Oracle, another properties application hyphen QA dot properties we created. Okay, and some runner class we wrote. And while executing, if we activate QA, and you will see something value like MySQL. If you don't activate QA, you will see some Oracle value. Okay, that's what we have seen in the last session here. Today, we are going to see the continuation here. Observe carefully. Okay, Spring Boot profiles part 2 here. Let us just continue. So today, what I want to do here, let us work with the multiple properties concept here, that is using profiles. Okay, and we are going to see some duplicate keys concept here. Okay, and some profile fallback concept here. Okay, actually, if you define profiles concept, what are the keys available in the application that properties default profile must be there in other profiles also. That's the general standard we follow. Okay, if I did not write, then what will happen? Then it is going to execute a concept called profile fallback. Okay, that means it will go and ask a default, I don't have this key, can you give it to me? Okay, so just let me show here a concept here, understand. It's a profiles fallback. Okay, every properties file used in profiles concept must have same keys and all keys because we are using them in the program. Okay, if any activated profile not default, just consider it's not default, has no key, has not having, it has, okay, let us just take no key named some X. Okay, one key is not there. Okay, remaining are there here, assumption one key is not there. Then what it is going to say here, a Spring Boot, just go and take this key. Actually, it is activated. One profile is activated. Okay. We are just searching for a key called X. It's not there. Okay. Then what it is going to do here? Then it is go to default. Default. Can you please give it X to me? Okay. Then, so Spring Boot will search. Spring Boot will search for same key in default profile, default properties file. Okay, that is called profile fallback. Okay, let me show one small example here. Consider here, I'm just writing one application having different profiles here. Okay, this actually default. Okay, this is a default profile. I'm just taking here, and this is something QA profile. It's a production. It's a prod. Like this we have. It's a three profiles are there. Okay, so if you look at here, there in the default profile, I'm just writing key A is equals to 10 and B is equals to 20, C is equals to 30 and D is equals to 40. Like this I wrote. Okay, now in the QA profile also I'm just writing here A and B I wrote here. Okay, A is equals to 100 or something like 50. This is 60 I wrote. Okay, in the production I just mentioned here only C and D. Okay, assumption here it's actually it's a 70 and 80. Like this I wrote. Okay, now let us load them and execute them. Consider activated profile, active profile and their outputs. Okay, consider our active profile is default now. If our active profile is default, then values are going to be same loaded. That's fine. Okay, in case of active profile is QA, active profile is QA. A and B you are reading fine and the values are coming. A and B you are reading fine and the values are coming. If you print C and if you print D, what will happen? That's a question. Did you get my point here? Okay, if you understood, can you tell me what is the value of C and D? What is the value of C and D here? Okay, see, if the key has not there, if whatever the profile we are loading, key is not there, then it will go and search in default profile. Very simple. If it's not there, go and search in default profile. So in the default profile, what is the value here is? It's a 30 and 40. Okay, so that is the meaning here. Okay, let us just write even for production. Okay, let us see here how much you understood here. Now in the production environment also, I just want to load. Now, can you just tell me what are the values loaded here? What is the value of A, B, C, and D? A value is exactly 10. This is 20, correct? A is 10 because A is not there. Go and take it from default only, not from QA. And B value is from here only. C and D is available. So you will get same values here, 70 and 80. Okay. So A and B are loaded from default. Loaded from here. You can see here, it's loaded from here, and these are loaded from here. This is actually called default concept here. That is a profiles fallback. Okay, profiles fallback concept. Okay, let us just test the same thing here. Observe. Okay, let us just test the same thing. Is it correct or not here with a programming point? Okay, create a small application. Spring Boot starter here. Okay, Spring Boot profile fallback. EX. Next button. Okay, next button. Lombok. Yeah, we add Lombok here. Next button and finish button. Okay, it is just creating the new project. Wait for a second. Okay, so here, I am just taking some example similar to this one. Concentrate. So here application dot properties already there. In the application dot properties, I'm just writing here app dot, okay, db is equals to, just I'm writing dev oracle orcl. Okay, app dot, just I'm writing pwd is equals to some dev pwd. Just for understanding, I'm writing the values like this. Okay, it's one example value I just mentioned here. Now I'm just creating the new profile file here. Right click on src main resources folder. You can just right click on this src main resources folder. So here I'm just creating, right click on this new. I'm just going to other option. Okay, if you're able to see file here, that is okay. Else you can go to other option. You have to choose file option. If it's not there, go to other option. Okay, search with the file, choose the file. Next, the file name I'm just giving application dash qa dot properties. You can give any name, that's your interest, but whatever the name you are giving, make sure that that is only profile name for activation. You can give abcd also. You can give your name also. Same thing I'm just taking and giving here. It's a qa and qa. Okay, I'm just taking, later I'll remove this one key. What will happen, we'll see here. Okay, now right click new. I'm just writing another file. Okay, it's actually application dash prod dot properties. It's a production. So here I'm just taking same. It's a production. It's a production. Something, any database or any value, just I'm mentioning like this. Now let us write one runner to read and print the data here. Okay, so that is data read runner. I just added, add. It's a command line runner. And click on finish button. Okay, one runner is created here. On top of this, I'm writing @component. Control Shift O to get the imports. Let us read the value. Remember, we can read in two ways: @value or @config properties. Okay, do you remember? @value key not found. @value key not found. It will give exception. It will give exception. @configuration key not found. It will give default value. It will give default value. Okay, remember, finally, if there is keys not there everywhere, for example, you're trying to read e is not there everywhere. Okay, then what will happen? Okay, a key which is not present even default also. Okay, that depends what type of reading you are doing. @value says a key mandatory, it's an exception it is going to throw here. No, @configuration properties is going to say that null. Okay, that depends what type of reading you are doing. Okay, so make sure that what type of reading you are following. Okay, so that depends here. Now I'm just writing, it's a private, just only two values, right? Directly I'll read it, not an issue. It's actually db and pwd. @value, just I'm writing app.db here, and app.pwd. Just I'm printing this, that will print current class object. Internally it will call toString. That toString will print these two values. Okay, now I did not mention any active profile. Then you will see by default these two values loaded, dev and dev. Okay, let us run this application and see here. Yeah, we forgot write @data. Now I'm just running this application and see here. Control F11 is a shortcut. Yeah, we got the output. If you look at here, it's a default dev. Okay. Now I'm just activating QA. How to activate? Go to main class, right click, run as run configuration. Right click, run as run configuration, arguments, 2 times dashes, spring dot profiles dot active. Okay, not profile, profiles dot active. Okay, there I'm writing QA. Okay, QA, just I wrote here like this. You can see under the program arguments, under the argument section. Okay, if you are unable to see this, first run one time, then you just go to that option. Okay, so now click on run option here. You see both are loaded from QA and QA. Okay, just for understanding here, go to QA. Let me just comment this. Let me just comment this. Okay, it's not there. Okay, now active profile is QA. Still you will see this value. Okay, first key is not there, but we are trying to read. Okay, we are trying to read the first one app.db. Okay, our current profile is actually QA. This is not going to come here. So this QA password will come. Let us see if you run this, what will happen. Run this application. Second one is QA only, and first one is a dev. Okay, why dev has come here? Because it's a default. Because it's a default application dot properties. Okay, now here, if you look at just if you just look at here, this actually loaded here. Here also not there. The question is that one only, right? Here also not there. How you're reading at the rate value? You are reading at the rate value. So it says no, it's mandatory. You did not provide this. Okay, first it is go and check in QA. It's not there. Go and check in the production default. Yes, found. We have taken this time here also not there. Now let me run this application and see. It says exception. Application cannot be started. Exception. Illegal argument exception. Could not resolve the placeholder app.db. You'll see exception like this. Okay. So if you are trying to read instead of using this one at the rate value and at the rate value, okay, so you are just trying to read by using at the rate configuration properties. There you are writing prefix is equals to something like app. Okay, that is only prefix we have, app and app. Okay, and if you try to read this time, look at here, what will happen? See, first one you got null because it is not available in our active profile. It's not available in the default profile too. So key is not available everywhere. It has checked everywhere. Okay, but second, PWD is there in our active profile only. It did not go to default. It's a null. How you read it matters. Okay, so I hope you understood this concept here. Okay, how you read. Okay, I'm not just concentrating mostly on this. Just remember this again and again. I can't show this. Remember, at the rate value key not found, exception, illegal argument exception. At the rate configuration key not found, default value. That depends on the data type. Okay, now, so this is a concept of profiles fallback. Okay, what is the advantage of profiles fallback? So what is the advantage here is, if C and D values are same here also, and if A and B values are same here also, then no need of writing. No need of writing. Why you write same values again? Okay, no need of writing here. Okay, so there is, it says here A 30 is there here also. Why you are writing copy paste? It's like a duplicates, right? Same. Okay, key is okay. Key must be there. Key must be there, but value, if you look at it, it's actually matching here. Why you're writing again and again? Okay, let us do one thing. You just don't write I'll take care using this one, by using the concept called default, that's profiles fallback. Okay, I'm just going to take care. Don't write the duplicates here. Okay, it's a type of avoiding same key values. Okay, same value. Okay, not only key, same value also not required to mention here. That's like it's a benefit or advantage we can call. Okay, for example, default profile is having consider 120 keys are there. Okay, if you go to QA, just only 6 keys are modified. 6 keys are modified. Then it makes a lot of advantage to us. Okay, 120 keys, in that 6 keys you have to modify. Okay, you no need to copy that 120 keys. You no need to copy that 120 keys. Just you mention what are the new 6 key values actually. What are the 6 key values are modified? You just mention here. What about remaining here? Okay, so here, Sagar, I did not understand your prog. Okay, in your project you're facing problem. Okay, let me check that. Okay, so here 6 keys only just modified here. Okay, so that means remaining 114 keys are taken from default profile. Okay, they're actually taken from default profile here, like this. So if you do small mistake like this, hyphen hyphen spring dot profile dot active you wrote, that is also mistake. Okay, so like this we have tried profiles dot active. Okay, so I'll show how to work with multiple profiles Paninder. Okay, I'll show that there is a concept of child profiles, it had to come. Okay, so now observe carefully here. If we move from one environment to another environment, then all keys may not be modified. Only few are going to be changed with new values. Okay, in that case, this concept helps us to avoid writing duplicates from default. Okay, so here, and remember this point, even if key is not present, if key is not present everywhere, then at the rate value throws exception, at the rate configuration properties will give default value. Something like null or zero, that depends here. At the rate value will throw exception. Okay, illegal argument exception you will see. Okay, unable to find the placeholder, that is actually it is going to see here. Okay, so like this we need to mention here. So naming rule is followed always like this, dash some name here. Example, I'm just writing complete example. Step number 1, create one starter project here. There we need to provide one name. It's a Spring Boot 2 profiles fallback. Okay, just I'm choosing the dependency only Lombok. Step number 2, it's application dot properties. Okay, hash indicates comment in properties file. So here application dash QA dot properties. And production also we wrote, but we did not activate, right? I'll show that even. It's a prod. It's a production. So production has 2 keys. While executing, right click run as run configuration hyphen hyphen. It's a prod, PROD. Apply and run. Okay, you can see prod. It's a production keys also I'm just taking here, and same I'm providing here. Okay, next one is a runner. I just commented at the rate value and at the rate configuration properties, both I kept. Use any one format, that's okay. It's a runner. This is sample code here. Okay, observe here. Someone asked here, sir, how this run method is called? Yesterday I've shown the code. Go to this run method around line number 219. Okay, something 200. Yesterday, yeah, it's actually around line number 322. Okay, just control plus click or F3. Go to run. Control plus click or press function key 3. Anything is okay. Okay, it will go to another class here. Then there's actually it's a 322 line number. You can just see here. Okay, call runners logic is there. Control plus click, you can see complete logic here. Okay, so this is a line. Just press F3, 322. Control L, 322. Okay, so here this is a concept of profiles fallback here. So that means a key is not present in our current profile, then it will go and check in the default profile. That is a concept. Okay, not only this one, here we have one more concept, that is annotation. Profile annotation is there. Okay, profile annotation, I think it's a very rare scenario here. So we are going to see even that also. Observe carefully. It's a profile annotation also there. Look at carefully. There is an annotation even called profile. Yeah, we'll work with multiple activations also. Observe carefully. Okay, there's actually child activation multiple will be there. Okay, at a time our application is never going to, okay, we are just writing. Okay, at a time we will never connect something like, for example, you're deploying application. Okay, QA and production both will not be in one system, right? Okay, multi activation will be with a child type. I'll show that how it is going to be. Okay, so if you look at this annotation, there is annotation called profile. Okay, this profile annotation is used for logic specific, environment specific logic if you want to execute also. Okay, or customer specific logic if you want to execute, then it will be useful. Okay, so let me just explain how this @profile is used. Okay, you can execute logic something environment specific or client specific. Mostly it is used client specific here. Okay, there is annotation that is called profile. Okay, annotation that is actually called profile, @profile annotation. Okay, what this annotation is going to do here, based on the profile name given, activation profile, activated profile, that is going to be called. Okay, so let me show here a small requirement here. For example, I have something like alert system. Alert system is actually interface. Alert system is an interface. Okay, what I just mentioned here is we have different alert system here. Okay, SMS alert system. SMS alert system is a class. Okay, so this actually one working here. This is actually working fine. Now this actually working for every environment or every client, whatever you just take, environment or client. Okay, so now my application is given to one client called some XYZ or HTC client. HTC is a client. Okay, they came to me and they like my project. Okay, they paid money and they took my project. Okay, later one more client has come to me and is actually name is something like some XYZ, and they said no, I don't like this SMS alert and all. Okay, I just want everything is okay, I just want email alert. I said no, it's a default feature of the application, we can't disable. Okay, they said no, you I don't want this one, remaining everything is okay, just please change this feature. Okay, if you change the future, it should not affect to HTC also. Okay, if you do code modification, okay, that code should work for every client. Remember, simply delete this and modify that for that client is not good. Of course, you have to do branching or something else. Okay, code should work for even tomorrow another client may come and they may ask the same. Okay, consider a new client is asking, that is actually email alert system. Okay, email alert system is a class. Okay, assumption this actually taken by some XYZ company. Okay, XYZ company here, or something like Oracle company. Okay, now, so here, this time another client has come. They said, no, no, I just don't want this. I want something like WhatsApp here. Okay, that's actually social alert system I want. Remaining everything code okay. Only this particular one. Okay. Remember, when particular requirement has come here, you should never modify or delete existed one. Okay. The base point here is because it is we just mentioned here, majority of the people may take this one. Okay. Some people may take this one and some people may take this one here. That depends. Okay. I can't say that this one only always taken here. But when you are providing a new feature, it doesn't mean that remove the old feature. It should be there. It should also be there. But remember, okay, Spring Boot at a time, one interface holds only one implementation object. One interface always holds only one implementation object here. Okay, in that case, what to do here? Okay, we should execute any one implementation. So which one should be executed? Very simple, always decide at runtime. How? By using profiles. Okay, but this time for every implementation class, we have to apply one annotation here at the rate profile. Profile, just I'm writing it's actually SMS or something like ABC or something like a default, whatever you write. That's your interest. That's your interest. What you want to write, naming conventions and all your interest. You should apply one annotation that is called profile on top of this class. You apply another annotation here, something I'm just writing email, okay, or something ORCL, okay, or ABCD. That's your interest. What you want to write. Okay, profile is equals to email. I'm just writing here. Now here I'm just writing profile is equals to social or NIT. Okay, profile is equals social here. Like this we have. Okay, profile is an annotation that says, okay, if one specification has multiple implementations, in your understanding words, one interface has multiple implementations, okay, based on the client or environment, it is going to be changed. Okay, based on the client requirement or environment requirement. Okay, that is an actual need to be changed. Mostly client specific logic will be changed, not just generally environment specific. Okay, in that case, if we want to execute a particular one, okay, so don't modify the existed one. Okay, all code should be there. Okay, I want to execute a particular one, then profiles will be very helpful. Profiles concept is actually very helpful here. Okay, so here how this concept is going to work here, that we'll see here. Observe carefully. So profiles annotation here, one specification, one specification in bracket interface, in your understanding here, may have multiple implementations in bracket classes. But in Spring or Spring Boot, okay, if we have Spring and Spring Boot, at a time one object will be taken for the interface reference. At a time only one IMPL class object only considered for execution. If you give two objects, it says some exception here. Okay, so it says I found two, I actually want only one. I'll show that problem also even. Okay, no sir, why you are using profiles? Just maintain that name. If you say here, I'll show that how it is going to be problem. Okay, so there's actually profiles annotation here. Okay, in above case, execute selected IMPL class at runtime using profiles annotation, at the rate profile annotation. Okay, so consider this example here. I'm just going to show same alert system only here. Now, first of all, let me just run that is profile annotation example, one small application. File, new, starter project. I'm just creating profiles @profile annotation, NOEX. Next button, Lombok, next button, and finish button. Okay, observe carefully. Before this, there's, if you have worked on Spring programming, you might have seen there is a concept called qualifier also. Okay, qualifier nothing but in the program only directly hard coding. Again, the program only directly hard coding. That's not a dynamic. Okay, a simplified qualifier we can also call profile. If you know already, if you don't know, not a issue. Just I'm showing here. It's an alert system. Okay, just I'm writing. And observe here, some changes will come even. It's a service. It's not a class, it's an interface. Consider there we have some public void send message. Like this we have. Okay. Now, even just I'm writing 3 implementations here. Right click new, I'm writing a class SMS alert system. Service.impl. Just I'm writing alert system. Okay, here I'm writing sysout from SMS system. There on top of this, I wrote @component. @component creates the object so that we can use this one. Okay. Next one, just I'm running this up to this. Just I'm running here class. Just I'm writing here test profile ano. Adding one command line runner and finish. It's just testing now. @component, it's a runner. There I'm writing it's a private. It's actually alert system. Alert system. Okay, something like SYS. So here I'm writing here ALS dot. There's a method called send message. I'm just writing here. And if you look at the send message at runtime, it will go to its implementation and it will execute here. We have tried auto virus for linking has a relation. Okay, running this application here. Now look at carefully. See, we got from SMS system. Okay, if you look at here, this is implementation class. Now let me write one more implementation here this time. Email alert system. Okay, I'm just writing here email alert system. There I'm writing service.impl. Add. It's an alert system. Click on finish. This time we wrote another class here, @component. There I'm writing sysout from email system. Now look at I'm trying to run this time. See, alert system is the interface having SMS alert system here. See, SMS alert system is there, and alert system is also having email alert system. Two are there. Okay, it's a one interface. This is a one interface having email alert system. This object created, you can see, and SMS alert system. This object also created. Both implements alert system only. Okay. Now tell me which object is selected in this scenario. Two objects are there. Two objects are there. Okay. Two implementations are there. Two objects are there. Okay. Now I'm just trying to read the object. Autover means it will go and check implementation object. Okay. Now tell me which object is going to come. Can you guess which object is going to come here? So here it's actually problem. Okay, it's actually conflict, it's ambiguity, whatever you call here. Okay, it's never going to work when you run this application. Okay, see here it says failed. Okay, here see fields in the field, actually in the test profile there is a field. Okay, required a single bean but found two. It found two actually. Okay, in simple understand. Okay, you are the person. Okay, so you got in a same day two proposals. Okay, one person came morning and they proposed you, and one person came afternoon and proposed to you. Okay, which one will accept? Okay, you will get confusion, right? Ambiguity, right? Here also similar. No, you will accept both. Hey, you are talented, but Spring Boot is not that much talented. Okay, we have to improve Spring Boot. Still it's a very old. Okay, it says actually no, I don't want actually. It says actually required a single bean. Okay, but found two. Okay, so it's actually it says but found two. Here it's a single bean required here. Okay, now there is a solution in Spring also. We can use @qualifier or primary @qualifier. Okay, you can just take like this. Now go to implementation, something SMS alert system. Object name will be class name only, first letter small. We can write like this. We can write like this. Now SMS alert system will come. Okay, run this application. Look at here. Now, if you want email alert system, then what you need to do, code changes required. Code changes required. If you want email alert system, okay, change this one to email alert system. Now my concept is, okay, I don't want to do code changes like this every time. I can't do the code changes. Okay, qualifier nothing but manually we are selecting. Okay, manually we are selecting. It's a hard coded directive I wrote in the program. It's not a good programming. Okay, I just want to decide this as runtime. Okay, based on the client specification runtime. I can't say every time just wait for a second, I'll change the code and I'll give it to you. Okay, so @qualifier is good but not perfect. @qualifier is actually hard coded, manually selected one. Okay, every time, even if you give it another client also, every time email alert only comes. Now my requirement is, okay, that should be decided runtime. Understood my point here, everyone? Are you clear with my point, everyone? Now then what I'm doing, I'm just doing some small changes here. Okay, we need to apply one annotation here, @profiles profile. There I'm just writing default. One must be default. Okay, remaining you add whatever you want here. Yes, we have to pass properties also. Okay, no Paninder, that is not. Here I'm saying here properties possible, not there. It's actually email. Like this I'm writing here. Okay, observe carefully like this. It's a default and is actually here like this. Okay, so even you can even maintain a particular properties file for this, and even you can maintain particular properties files for this. Okay, or as common file also you can maintain here. For SMS some inputs are different here. Okay, and for email some inputs are different. Okay, that is also I'll add. Let me finish this. So here now I want something like SMS or something like email. Now I want email. Observe carefully. Okay, code never going to be modified. It is same. Right click on this application, run as Spring Boot application. See, I got SMS. Okay, now right click, run as run configuration, two dashes, spring dot profiles dot active is equals to email. Apply and run, and see this time you got email. Okay, not over. Now understand very carefully here. Okay, observe here we have a properties file. Just I'm writing here, concentrate. I'm having application.props. Short name I'm just writing here. Application.properties is there. There I'm writing service provider here. Service is equals to something like SMS service, right? It's a SMS. Okay. So just I'm writing here Just I'm writing text format. Just I'm writing here. Format is equals to text. I'm just writing like this. FMT is equals to text. Some keys are there. Okay, same keys I just want to send even for email alert. Okay, here like this. Service is equals to something like Gmail. Okay, format is equals to mine. Okay, service is something like WhatsApp. Okay, format is something like binary. Multi-purpose internet mail extension. Some dummy data here, and service is equals to something like WhatsApp. Format is equals to binary. Like this we have. And the file names are different. I'll just show here. Default no name changes required here, but other files required changes. Okay, just I'm writing here app dash email dot props. Short name I gave, it's application dash email dot properties. Like this. It's a full name like this. This I'm writing short name app dash social dot props. Okay, like this actually. A particular properties also you can maintain for profiles actually here. Observe. Okay, now even we can do the same. Just I'm writing application dot properties default, let it be there. There I'm writing service and FMT. Okay, service is equals to, just I'm writing it's a default SMS, and format is equals to FMT. It's a default text. Like this we have. And there I'm just writing email application dash email dot properties. Copy pasting this file, Control C and Control V. This actually just I'm writing here. It's a email using Gmail. Okay, it's a email using something mine. Like this we have. Okay, let us read and print the key values here. Just I'm writing it's actually private. Okay, if we just look at here, it's a service. FMT. Sorry. Just I'm writing it's actually, it's a my.app.service. It's a my.app.fmt. Like this I'm just mentioning here. Now, when you just mention the same, I just want to load here. It's a prefix. At the rate configuration properties. It's a my.app. At the rate data. And you can just print service dash FMT. Okay, in the same way, just I'm adding these two, even for email alert. Same keys I'm just mentioning here, whatever you wrote in the email also. Just write here, it's actually one is service, second one FMT. You add third one also, I did not add, I just wrote only email. You write and check it same. Okay, now go and run your application this time and see here how it is going to be. Okay, now run your application. It's an email, so email is activated. So email Gmail we got and email mime we got. Right click, run as run configuration, and arguments, remove this argument, apply and run button, and see here. You got the default from SMS default. So observe here. Such kind of handling cannot be done using qualifier. Okay, properties with the implementation cannot be handled using qualifier. Okay, just qualifier says actually whatever you say that will be executed in simple. Okay, it is somewhat advanced to qualifier we can call. It's a better to qualifier we can call here. Okay, no sir, I'll use qualifier, of course, fine. That's also not a mistake here, but every time we have to maintain some separate coding things, okay, for every client. Okay, it's a better compared to that one here. Okay, so here you can see here, even @profile supports maintaining properties file even for all environments. That's a point here. Okay, I just gave SMS and email alert. You write one more, just I'm giving as a task. You write social alert. Okay, very simple here, like this, and maintain one properties that is actually dash social and work on the same. Just I'm just giving as a task. Okay, this is a project giving code. One, create one starter project, name Spring Boot 2 profiles annotation. Dependency, I have taken only Lombok. Properties files. One is application.properties. And second one is application dash. It's actually email dot properties. Okay, and third one, service interface. It's alert system. And fourth one, IMPL classes. Service IMPL classes here. One is a default IMPL. And second one is actually email. Now this is a runner. Fifth one. Okay, remember while execution should done with hyphen spring dot profiles dot active is equals to email. Or if it did not mention anything, default will be executed. Okay, profile I just mentioned here and profile I just mentioned here. Now look at, I'll just do one small thing here. Observe carefully. This interface has two implementations. Alert system is an interface, is having two implementation. One is email alert and second one is social alert. Okay, sorry, SMS alert. Now observe carefully. Now, so here if you did not mention here default, what will happen? See here, I did not mention default. I did not mention default. I forgot to write. Observe carefully what will happen, we'll see. SMS alert is there. Okay, we have tried default. We have tried default. Okay. Now I'm just going to this here, right click, run as run configuration. Okay. So here, if you look at, I did not mention any key, run this application and see, we got the output for SMS default. Look at here, we got the default. Okay, that's fine, working fine now. Okay, here I did not mention, this is executed. Now at email alert, we have profile email. Now let us just activate and run email. What will happen? Right click, run as run configuration. There I'm writing hyphen hyphen spring dot, okay, profiles dot active is equals to email. Okay, apply button and run button. Now look at carefully. It's not executed. It's saying two objects found. Okay, can you tell me what happened here? Just can you say this? What happened actually? Okay, when I just run default, it's working fine. When I just run default, it is working fine. Here default is removed. Okay, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of removing this? What will happen? Okay, if I remove profile is equals to default, what will happen? That's a question. If you apply profile default, what will happen? If you don't apply profile default, what will happen? If you get the point, you can just give answer. Not an issue here. Okay, if you really understood this, it's ultimate. Okay, it's not a simple point. Looks very simple, but very complicated. Okay, now tell me, is this class comes under profile category now? Okay, is this class coming under profile category now? No, right? There is no concept of profiles for this. That means this object exists every time. Okay, this class object exists every time, whether you run default profile, email profile, or any profile. Understood this first point? This class doesn't come under any profile concept. Okay, so this class object exists every time. Okay, whether you execute default profile, email profile, and every profile. Okay, now look at this second one, email. Okay, this class comes under profile category. This class comes under profile category, yes or no? Look at the annotation and just tell me. Yes. Okay, when this object is available, when this object will be available, on which profile this object will be available? Yeah, only on email. Okay, so if it is default profile, consider here. Again I'm asking question. Again I am asking question here. This time mix these two and tell me answer. Okay, one is actually email, one is actually email, second one is actually SMS. Now profile is equals to default. How many objects available? Profile default. How many objects available? Profile default. Think and give answer. How many? Okay, very simple. Profile default. SMS alert object created or not? Email alert object created or not? That's a question. That's a question. Okay, profile default. Okay, now tell me first one. Profile default SMS alert object created or not? SMS alert object created or not? Yes, it is created. Sir, why it is created? This is created on any profile. It is created on any profile. It's not default or XYZ here. This is created. There is no relation of profile for this. Okay. Now still I'm asking here. Okay, same question. How many objects created in these two, SMS and email? Okay, currently it's a default. How many objects created? Default, default, default. See, is this default? Check email alert system is default. So only one is created. Only one is created in case of default SMS because it's not related to any default category. Only one is created. Now profile is equals to email. Then how many objects created? Profile is email. Then how many objects created? Yeah, two created. Why two created? One email is created. Second SMS created in every category. Every category. So two objects means ambiguity, exception. Understood the point? Still anybody there who did not get this point? Very simple, sir. This is created every time. Okay, SMS alert created every time. Okay, whether it's any profile, because you did not apply. Okay, it's working fine for default because this object is not there. Only one object is there. In case of email, both are created. Okay, both are created. Then it got problem here. Okay. Okay, understand this point here. The most important one I'm just giving. Okay, note. Okay, class A, just at the rate component is there. Now class B, at the rate component, and there I wrote at the rate profile. Just I'm writing some, just I'm writing QA. Now the question is, in which profile A object created and in which profile B object is created? That's a question that you have to understand. Okay. First thing, if you feel A is created only in default, that is a mistake. A is created only in default, that's a mistake. Okay. A object created always in every profile. Every profile. Understand. That's the first point you should understand. Okay. And B object created only for QA profile. That's the point you remember here. Next, one more I'm just giving. Again, just look at here, concentrate. I'm just writing C. I'm just writing at the rate profile. That's actually default. Okay. Now, is A and C same or different? Are A and C same, different? Answer this. Are A and C same or different? Same profile or same concept or different concept actually? Dinesh? Okay, that is only you have to understand actually. They are different. Okay. So C only gets object only in default, but where A gets in every profile. Okay. So here that's actually different here. C object created only for default. Okay. No, all three are individual classes. A is a separate class, B is a separate class, and C is a separate class. Okay. First thing you might have thinking like this: if you did not provide any profile that comes under default profile, that is only for properties, not here. Okay. So here, if we did not provide at the rate profile, then our code never comes under default. Okay, if you are thinking like that, it's wrong. Okay, properties file yesterday I gave. Remember why I especially mentioning this point? In interviews, they'll try to make you fool by asking such kind of question. Okay, so here, sir, I did not give any profile. Then what is the profile? Default. No, wrong answer. It works in every profile. What is this profile? Default means what? It works in default profile. If we did not provide profile annotation, then our code never comes under default. Okay, so then our code executed in every profile or every environment. That's a point. Okay, so here they may ask, then what is the default concept here? Okay, default concept is applied only for properties file. Of course, YAML also. Okay, not for code. Understood this point? Last one here. You got the last point here. Default concept applicable only for properties or YAML, not for code. Okay, now let us ask again same question here. Let us see how much you really understood. Consider these three classes again. Okay, look at these three classes again. Okay, this time you have to tell me what are the objects created. What are the objects created? Again, I'm asking same, consider about three classes, A, B, and C. Okay, A, B, and C. Now question one here I'm asking. Okay, so active profile rs hyphen spring dot profiles dot active, just I'm writing. Okay, is equals to, just I'm writing here. There I'm writing active profile is equals to, there I'm writing default. Okay, which class objects are created? Question is equals to QA. Okay, first question, what are the answer? What is the answer? First question, what is the answer? First question, first go and check. A, every time it is created. So answer is first one A, and B, it's actually default no, and C, yes. First one answer is A and C. C and A also okay. Second one, A always get created and B also. Okay, now you got the point, everyone. Are you clear with this? Okay, so here your code gets executed in any environment you want to do. Don't apply profile. Okay, now Kailash Rock asked a question. Okay, sir, if you write profile, do we need to write every time even properties also? Not required. That depends on your coding concept. Okay, but you can write it. Please disable your webcams. If you enable your webcams, I'll remove you. I won't give warnings and all. Okay, like this. Now I'm just giving one question to you as a task. Okay, what is the difference between at the rate qualifier and at the rate profile, also at the rate primary? Okay, you can get the answer. Okay, if you don't know what is qualifier and primary, I'm just giving a reference link to you to learn those. Okay, here I have provided Spring Core sessions are there, 2 sessions are there. Just go through this. I think I gave already these links for you. It's a reference link. It's the Spring Core session 1 and Core session 2. In session 2, we will get the answer, but go through these two. Okay, this is provided here. Look at this. Yeah, complete code is provided here as it is code copy pasted. Only last point, I just removed profile. That is not copy pasted here. Remaining all are there. So if any problem is there, application won't work at the rate profile. That's actually, I'm just writing default. Okay, if any problem in the code, application is never going to work. Remember that point. Okay, if there is a problem in application, for example, database connection is not there, it's not started. Okay, without connection, there is no meaning of our application here. There is not going to be. No, Sasmita, you just taken in a different way. We should not provide @ profile for every class. We should provide @ profile for one specification. Multiple implementations are there. In that case, you have to provide. Okay, in this case, for example, one interface is having multiple implementations. In that one, you provide profile, then recommended to provide profile for remaining also. That's my point. Okay, not for all, not for all. If one interface is having multiple implementations, in that for one implementation, if you provide profile, then recommended to write. No, sir, I will not write. Then what will happen? In this case, it works. In default case or some other case, all objects will come. Make sure that your implementation should not give multiple objects for same time. Okay, alert system should not get two objects. Alert system should never get two objects in any scenario. Okay, so you got two objects, it will give ambiguity. Very simple. Okay, one interface, one implementation at runtime. That is actually selected here. Okay, there is another annotation also there. Primary. Primary is nothing but selecting the particular class at child level. Okay, please go through this video. Okay, in the last second video, this is only question. That is only question, profile only question. In that this video I just mentioned here, you can just go through that. Okay, when qualifier is good, really, if you don't want old one and if you want to migrate to new one, okay, then qualifier is good. Okay, when primary is good, okay, if the vendor specification implementation you want to select, then primary is good. But I'm not giving answer now, you just search. Okay, it's actually some Spring Core annotations. Look at this video, nothing to worry. Look at this video, you will understand easily. Will get here. Okay, no, annotation must be provided. Annotation must be provided. Profile annotation must be provided class level. Okay, so got this point, everyone here? Any questions you have still? You can ask, not issue. Okay, now, so in the last session, we have discussed YAML concept. Do you remember YAML concept, everyone? Okay, YAML is the most different technique of writing profiles. It will be very interesting. Profiles concept still not over. We are going to work with a YAML file. Okay, it will be very interesting YAML concept here. Okay, and we are going to work with the child profile also still. We have two more concepts still. Okay, one is actually called child profiles. Okay, second one is actually our multi profiles, whatever you call here. Multi profiles. Okay, our second YAML profiles using YAML. These are the two here. Okay, this we had to see here. Okay, that I'll take in tomorrow session here. Okay, practice the same. Okay, so once profiles concept done, I'll give this all these programs as a single zip. You can just even do practice also. Okay, make anyone tomorrow reminder. Okay, workspace sharing. I'll share all these programs as a single zip tomorrow, not today. Okay, so that you can practice on Sunday classes, Sunday sessions. Okay, Seri, very simple point. Do you have one interface having multiple implementations? Did you apply profile on one? Remaining should also be applied. Okay, so if you have particular doubt, very simple, remove that annotation and check it. It will give exception. Okay, if you have doubt on particular one, sorry, if I don't write this, what will happen? If I don't write this, what will happen? Very simple, small thing. Okay, just remove that annotation and see what is the valid one, invalid one you will only get. So that is only point I covered here. Okay, what happens if I don't provide anything? Okay, so if you don't specify anything here, okay, however default will be activated. Okay, if you, for example, if you don't specify anything, default will be activated. No, default is just reserved word. That's not a keyword, and that too in Spring. Okay, no, Java default word is different. Here it is different. It's a profile default concept I'm speaking. Okay, default profile if we apply, that is only point I explained now. If you don't write this, even it's a QA or email some dev also, it will be activated. Default profile means if you don't write anything, that is default only. Okay, but every time if you want this object, don't write. Only in default if you want object, then write it. That is only last question I mentioned. That's only last question I mentioned here. Okay, so if you don't write this also, A and C will come. A and C will come. Okay, what I said about A, I said here. Okay, A about I said here. I did not say profile is default. Code I mentioned here. You got confused there, I think. If we did not provide at the rate profile, I said, I did not say default is not there. Okay, if we did not provide at the rate profile, then our code never comes under default. That means it may get executed. Now you got very good. Okay, let me give another question also. Let me give another question also here. Let us see the answer. Okay, now we did not give any profile name. Okay, answer is actually A and C only. Okay, A and C only. Okay, how? Okay, here also same. A will get every time, C will get, because if it did not provide anything, default will be there. Default profile will be there. It will go and check profile with the default. Okay, if you don't give default or if you give default, okay, in every scenario, A will be created, sir. C is created only in default. That's the point here. Okay, runner class code I just added here. You can just go through this runner class code, just auto void and just calling the method. Okay, this code I'll just update. Just go through this one. Okay, Kailash, if you have particular requirement, just write and check it. You will get easily. Okay, no need to ask every small point here. Okay, just write it and see it, what will happen. Okay, that is going to cover definitely in one of my given points. Okay, for example, you have something, sir, I did not write this, I wrote this, I write like this, what will happen, correct or not required to ask. Just write the same type of code, one example, and check it. That will come under definitely one of this category. Okay, I'll just update this notes, just go through this one.